Good evening. I'm Attorney Mike Templo and you're watching Crossing Borders. Stay with me for the next half hour as we talk about life overseas while we link Filipino communities here and abroad. Now, we Filipinos are big sports fans. We like boxing, basketball, and billiards, etc. Not only that, we're good at them. But what about rugby? Not many Filipinos know about this game, but that's already changing. Thanks to the Philippine National Rugby Union team, the Volcanoes. The team did us proud after beating India in the Division II Championship of the Asian Five Nations Rugby. It's a fantastic finish for the team, which has been unbeaten for 3 years in Asian Rugby Football Union. Now they through to Division 1, where they'll be going up against teams who've been in the top 5 like Korea and Singapore. Now joining us in the studio tonight to talk about their success and what's ahead for them are Guerra, Kenny Stern, John Odulio, and Rupert Zappia. Zappia? How did I say it? Zappia. That was good. So, how are you guys feeling after the win?
Oh, feel great.
Feel great?
We're still on a high. We're still on a high right now.
You know, the 3 years that you guys have been winning, right? The way we were talking about it, it's the same core group of guys. So you guys all started pretty much when you were, what, 17, 18?
Yeah, around 18 or 19 years old, we all started out.
Okay, well, let's start with you. How did you get into rugby? The sport?
Rugby and sport, well, in Australia I used to play rugby league. It's like the brother, pretty much, of rugby. And, well, I didn't really like class so much, and at school, the school team needed rugby players.
Right.
So anything that got me out of class, I was there. So, and then I ended up liking the sport. So.
How about you, John?
Oh, funny thing, because here in the Philippines, back then, rugby's not really that big.
Right.
So my friend, he got me into rugby. His name is Stephen Chase. So I've just been playing rugby for a good 2 years now. So I'm just still starting, but you know I'm learning really fast, and you know I adapted really quick. I'm athletic, fast, so you know I never look back.
That's great. How about you?
I'm from the U.S. So back in the U.S. we played gridiron American football, and our football coach was a rugby coach as well. So he made all of us play during the off-season rugby. So I just got into it, started loving it, and then came out to the Philippines and joined up the team here.
And you?
I started off here in international school in Manila. Actually, I was a freshman, and the senior asked me to try out for the team. First tackle, I just loved it. Switched from soccer and track and field all the way to rugby.
Okay, now how did you guys get the tryout for the national team? Let's start with you now.
Well, we heard, I guess we've heard a lot through, I guess, the internet. We have a website, and from then on, I guess I was interested. I actually knew the coach. He coached the rival team to ISM, which was Brent. And from then on, he asked me to try out and just went.
You know, I actually went to Brent, and that time I don't remember them having a rugby team, but IS always had a rugby team.
Yeah, we had, I think since about 8 years ago, we had a rugby team.
Now, how many guys in the team, the core guys?
There's 24 of us on the team now.
Where are the other 20 guys?
They've all left.
Yeah, back in Australia, in the U.S., UK.
Okay, and how does it, you know, just for everybody, how does rugby work for those people who don't know how the sport is played?
Okay, there's like 3 different sets of types of rugby games. There's 15s, 10s, and 7s.
And these are the number of players?
Yes, these are the number of players which is inside the field. So 7s is much more of a up-paced game. 15s is much more of a, you know, very like more of a tackling, much more physical game.
Because there's more players in the field.
Players in the field. So our team that was sent to India this year, this was the 15s team. So, yeah.
Now, the one on the screen right now, is that a 15s or 7s?
Yeah, it's 15s.
Where is that?
That's Nomads?
Nomads, Paranaque.
That's Nomads, Paranaque.
Yeah.
Now, how does it feel to, I mean, that high, you know, every year you've been winning for the past 3 years. Do you guys feel the pressure of, you guys are number one for the past 3 years. So every year, do you feel the pressure of, oh, we got to win again, or you guys just go out and have fun?
Oh, I think you play better when you have fun, and when we're all together, that's all we do pretty much is have fun.
We just joke around, yeah.
But we know when to get serious, and like we just gel so well together. Like we've been playing rugby with each other for years, but really we just like meet up a few months or weeks ahead.
Yeah, you guys talk to me about the tournaments, upcoming tournaments.
Yeah, we have Shanghai in September, Borneo in October, Asian Games in November, and then Hong Kong Sevens in March, and then next year we'll be in the Asian Five Nations Division 1.
And that's the Philippine national team, right?
That's the Philippine national sevens team. That's a whole Asian circuit that we're going to be doing, which is all qualifiers for things like the Olympics in 2016 and Hong Kong Sevens and Asian Games. So that's all sevens.
Now, okay, how do you guys stay fit? For the kids that are starting to get into sports and rugby, like, what do you guys do?
We stay fit in different ways. I mean, a lot of players they don't really work out. They just train for rugby. Other players go to the gym. They work out 5-6 times a week and do that. We do everything preparation before we actually train for rugby.
What would be your advice to the kids that want to get on a team or in a national team? Your words
training, there's a bunch of camps going on now in the Philippines. There's a development team out here where people who are local around here can train with national players like Kit and John in weekly things. So they should get involved with that.
This is an ultra in Pasig.
Okay. Oh, you guys playing ultra?
We have a development team for the local Filipinos who wants to learn rugby and play rugby. So they actually have an opportunity to represent the Philippines if they get picked for the national development team to travel to Kota Kinabalu, right?
Yeah, to travel.
So this is in Pasig, so it's every
Wednesday at Pasig, and then we also train on Saturdays at Nomads.
Now, how do you see the rugby sport in the Philippines in the next coming generations? Because do you foresee more half Filipino, half foreign-born players, or do you see an influx of local players?
Yeah, I see a good potential in rugby in the Philippines because some of the Filipinos they're really into MMA and all that stuff. So same fitness in rugby as well. Like you got to be really, really fit, and you have to you know how to take a hit and all that. So I see a good potential.
Yeah, we've done some training with the orphanages in the Philippines. So going out and training with them, and they've been training for some months now and even some years, and some of them are actually pretty good.
Right.
They're just a bit small, so tell them to start eating, start lifting weights and getting bigger, because it's just easier when you're half Filipino, half say American or Australian, just a bit bigger by genetics. But the local Filipinos, they have a lot of skill, and that's important for the game. So I think they'll be good in the next couple of years.
Now, what's your second sport? Your first is rugby, obviously. So what would be your second sport? Or it's like a girlfriend, you just have one at a time. Is that it? Is that it?
Rugby's like our wife, and whatever.
Yeah, so your whatever would be what, basketball or
baseball? Yeah, I'll pretty much play anything with